My perspective on skipping help desk is that you're missing an opportunity to get paid, get your certifications paid for, and get more hands-on experience. Personally, I think your timeline for getting into a true engineering role or a role above the help desk, your mental timeline should be about 6 to 8 months. Even if you're a very average person, and the vast majority of people are average, your timeline should be about 6 to 8 months.
I want to ask, like, if somebody want to get started in the cloud, or I guess we could segment it. We could say if they want to either get started in the cloud, DevOps, or anything, like, what's your advice to them?
If someone was brand new to getting into IT, the very first thing that I would tell them to do is pursue getting your Security Plus certification. I think that should be the first and number one certification you look for. And the way that you do it is you go on YouTube and you type in Professor Messer Security Plus. You're going to want to look for the 701 version of the exam. Go through all of his content in his 701 playlist for Security Plus, and that'll cover everything that you'll need to know about for the exam. From there, you go ahead and get a set of practice exams associated with it. Score 85 across all 6 practice exams. You can get those practice exams from Jason Dion on Udemy for about $20. Score 85% average across all the exams. Take your Security Plus so you can have your cybersecurity fundamentals. But ultimately, you don't need a certification for you to get a job on the help desk. You need to learn Active Directory, ServiceNow, or Active Directory and some ticketing system. It could be Zendesk. And then pick something like Azure, AWS. Get your like a cloud foundations understanding. You don't need the certification, but get an understanding of the cloud. Learn how to provision a virtual machine. And you could get a job on the help desk. Mind you, it's just doing password resets and MFA realistically. So I would say if you really wanted to get into tech, that's what I would do for your very first job as like IT support or help desk support.
Yeah. And I'm just going to throw a shameless plug in here, man. You know, check out the Course Careers link to do the IT course. We helped a lot. I'm saying we help, but they helped a lot of people get into IT just off of Josh's back. I'll say that.
Okay.
But would you say that with a little bit more projects and portfolio, they could, it's not really, to me, I don't see that as skipping. I see it as the same vein, but one takes a little bit more skill. Mm-hmm. Instead of starting at help desk, they could go to cloud support.
You could. My perspective on skipping help desk is that you're missing an opportunity to get paid, get your certifications paid for, and get more hands-on experience. Personally, I think your timeline for getting into a true engineering role or a role above the help desk, your mental timeline should be about 6 to 8 months. Even if you're a very average person, and the vast majority of people are average, your timeline should be about 6 to 8 months. But your timeline for getting into a help desk role should be 60 days or less, in my opinion. I think you should get a job on the help desk so you can be getting paid, getting hands-on training, and get the company to pay for your certifications, and then leverage that to get your certifications, do your portfolio projects, and get into a cloud support or cloud operations role. Ultimately, your timeline should still be about 6 months anyways, but in that 6-month period, I think you should be getting paid and having an employer pay for your certifications rather than you do it yourself.
I agree. And that's where I'm at too with it when it comes to people talking about school and stuff. I'm like, hey, if you get your first IT job,
then they're going to pay for school anyways.
Yeah. So you can get them to do that. And dang it, I had it and then I forgot it. It was about help desk. Oh, also the thing too, I think people run into is when you are trying to get help desk, act like you want to do help desk, because if you say, oh, I'm trying to get security or stuff.
Because they're not going to, because from a business perspective, their thought process is, well, why would I want to hire someone who's going to leave in 6 months? Mm-hmm. You have to display to the company, I don't care if you got to pretend like you want to be there for 10 years, right? Pretend like you want to get paid $25 an hour for 10 years, right? But objectively, from a business perspective, it's weird. I've never hired anyone for help desk before, but from their perspective, they might run into some difficulty in hiring someone overskilled for the role if you make yourself appear that way, because then they're going to think, well, he's only going to be here for 6 months, and then I'm going to waste my time hiring, training him, etc. But that's the nature of the role. Yep. Like, they know what's up.
Funny enough, that also helps the skilled people already in IT.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to apply the jobs like technically you're too skilled for. And you think, well, I just want the job. I was like, well, they looking at your resume, you got a lot of experience. Why you're not applying to roles that's looking for people that's got 7, 8, 10 years experience.
Exactly. Like I had applied for a cloud support role, and one of the interviewers' questions was like, well, with your experience being able to build out cloud environments and all these architectures, like, how would you feel if you had to do a support role? Of course, I lied and I was like, I don't really care. Like, it's just the cloud. I'm passionate about it, whatever. They didn't move forward with me because they understood, like, this was, like, well above me in terms of skill set.
That happened to me. I tried to do, it's a hospital out here.
Yeah.
I was trying to double up. This is years ago. This is like 2018, like right after I got my master's. And I was talking about I already had a job. And I was like, yeah, I could, I forgot what he asked me, but he knew, like, man, this dude ain't going to, we might as well pass on this man because he already got somewhere he working at. Why would he want to leave there and come here?
Yeah.
So I was like, dang. I remember that. I had dressed up to go down there and everything. He was going to be doing like, I don't know if it was help desk or what. I forgot. I was just like, man, I'm finna just find something I could do. Because I think at that time I might have been working like nights or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I can do this on certain days.